Came across a great interview this week that was in a newspaper about fake baseball cards and fake Pokemon cards. It's an industry right now that continues to ride a wave of momentum. A lot of people starting to trade their cards from yesteryear, and all of a sudden realizing that they can make some pretty profit of it. You know, we all tucked away our rookie Wayne Gretzky cards. Remember that? Assuming we'd pay for our kids' college. Well, you know what? You might be able to, but now, obviously, people out there trying to take advantage and exploit the opportunity to reproduce cards. And unfortunately, for some unknowing buyers, they're coming up empty. As in, they're spending their money and realizing later on when they go to get that card graded that it is, in fact, a fake, which means they are left with no money and now a card that is absolutely unequivocally worthless. To talk more about this, Todd Sawatzky is the owner of Todd Sawatzky Appraisals, kind enough to join me. Todd, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I was trying to get myself a Bo Jackson card. It was a Topps rookie card, number 501. Paid $59.99 US to go get it. Found out later that it was fake, and I was just straight out of money. Now, there's obviously some policies with some online providers, but overall, there's a lot of swing and misses. How do we navigate these ever-changing waters?
Well, unfortunately, it's just how the industry has it keeps evolving. The fakes are getting better, the forgeries are getting better, and the only really way you can get around it is by trying to educate yourself.
So if I'm the guy that's just been keeping a couple of boxes of cards up in the attic and I think to myself, well, maybe I've got something, what is the best way for me to, assure a seller that these are real and they aren't fake? I mean, the seller's obviously done their homework, but what if I'm the buyer's done their work, the seller, what work do they have to do?
Well, sometimes you just take a look online. If there's a local card shop nearby, supporting locals a great way by building relationships. I know I belong to a lot of various online groups and forums, and very often there's people looking for references about people trying to sell things, and they're just trying to get referrals to make sure that the seller is legitimate.
So a case that's being referenced is something that came out of Nanaimo, and the police, once they were contacted, didn't end up pressing charges because they, quote, could not definitively prove that the suspect knew that the cards were counterfeit before he sold them. So this is a problem. They think of it as a nickel and dime fraud, but the reality is in this industry, it's not just the odd card that's going out. We're talking about Pokemon cards. We're talking about elite cards that some people are paying thousands for. So I'm just trying to figure out a way for someone listening to maybe just try to protect themselves.
Sometimes it comes down to the old adage: if the deal's too good to be true, it just might be. If you are tucking something away and you buy it from reputable dealers, card shops that are dealing directly with the distributors and stuff like that, that's usually a pretty good start to at least have stuff in there. But like you also indicated, a lot of the stuff goes through the common collector. They may pull it from the pack, or they may be selling it down the road. And that's where, taking the time to try to educate yourself on what to look for to make sure that it's legitimate is usually, it can go a long way in protecting yourself from potentially getting scammed or duped out of something.
Todd Sawatzky is with Todd Sawatzky Appraisals, joining us here on weekends on CKNW. You say on your website, let me help you protect your passion. When you are appraising something, do you feel pressure to come back with a big number? Or how do you judge the market value for something that maybe somebody thinks is worth $5,000, but it's worth, maybe $1,000?
And that's with the saying, protect your passion. I got into the industry because I was looking for someone to appraise my own collection so I could get it insured. And I had a hard time finding people. So I got educated and became an appraiser to help others avoid situations. But it really comes down to it. I don't guarantee numbers. I guarantee how long it takes me to produce the report. So there's no question that sometimes somebody might feel maybe a little disappointed with the number. That said, it is based upon the fair market value. So I take a look at a lot of different resources, going to different card shows, go to different shops, see stuff that's maybe some higher end auctions if it's a really big ticket item, to see what the market is for said collectible.
I have to ask you, Todd, what's the weirdest thing somebody's brought in for you to appraise?
One of the weirdest things is actually I got somebody reached out to me to see if I could do an appraisal for a organ that was used at a stadium.
Oh my God. Are you allowed to tell me more? Because I think that'd be fascinating.
Well, right now it's still in the back and forth communication to try to set up the phone call to understand a little bit more. But it sounds like this guy's family was involved in musical instruments, and they would loan instruments to different stadiums and stuff, and apparently this was used at an all-star game or something along those lines.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Yeah.
But you know what? That's the kind of stuff that I would imagine in your industry. I mean, it's just card after card after card. It must be cool when somebody comes out of left field with something like that, because then you can really sink your teeth into the history and, money aside. I think that'd be a really cool experience.
Well, that's just it. I never stop learning. It's rare. It's very frequently that something crosses, like you said, my desk, where it's like, wow, I've physically never seen this before, and it's truly fascinating. So, part of the appraisal side of things, I love how people collect, and every collection is fascinating. No two collections are the same, even if you being out in Vancouver, even if there's a lot of Vancouver Canuck fans, no two collections will be the same. So you never stop. You never stop seeing new things. You never stop learning. So it's a lot of fun that way.
And before I let you go, Todd, thank you for the time, by the way. I
appreciate it. Thank you.
The most forged signature is what?
Oh, I think one of the most forged ones in baseball is probably Babe Ruth. In hockey, of course, got a lot of Wayne Gretzky stuff out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of forgeries just on the signature side of things, let alone the recreation of cards as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, does AI and 3D printing make this even more problematic, because it's getting really good really fast?
It probably does. It probably certainly assists those that are in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, Todd, thanks for giving us the 411 on this. That's what the cool kids say, by the way. Hopefully we'll stay in touch. I know I said it and I was like, God, I wish I didn't say that. But let's stay in touch. And you know what? Thank you for the insight. We'll do it again.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.